Season 6, Episode 8, A Heartwarming Tale. Overall, it was an okay story. I mean, it's the Christmas Carol story, just twisted a little bit to be
Yeah,
pony.
in
Um,
summertime.
in the summertime, yes. But maybe, yeah.
Well,
So
clearly
maybe,
it just shows that they don't follow the same seasonal schedule as America.
anyway. Um, well,
Because
they
it's
don't, they
winter over
don't
here.
follow,
Oh,
yeah, they don't follow anybody's schedule. They just kind of randomly throw things around like, put that there, put that there. And somebody has pointed out that, um, somebody pointed out I saw somewhere that it's like, well, wait, oh, I was gonna say, dang it, lost my train of thought for a second. Wake up. Um, that it may be just a story related issue that something in this episode is going to come up later and they needed it in this particular way. But if it's not true, why did you put this towards the end of the season so it's at least somewhat closer? I mean, for our Southern Hemisphere friends,
Yeah.
it's a little more seasonal fitting. Not quite perfectly, but, because I know y'all are in fall right now, late fall, early winter, so,
mm-hmm.
you know, it fits seasonally, but not necessarily with the calendar in terms of
Yeah.
holidays. Anyway, but it was an okay story. Christmas Carol, kind of standard, just a little tweak to make it pony. The music was really good as always, and that elevates the episode as a whole.
I swear that Daniel Ingram, he tops himself mostly every episode.
Yeah, or he just
Like,
makes good.
I've been like, because the lyrics of most songs I enjoy, but just I'm getting used to listening to the music itself more, and it always gets better, in my opinion. It just sounds nicer every time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it could be because I don't listen to much else.
Yeah, and there's little elements thrown in here and there. I'll get back to that when we get to that kind of part of the episode. Um, Octavia conducts the carolers, so all the little fillies are being conducted, or it was fillies. It was just normal mares and colts, mares and stallions, I think. So, but still, she's the conductor, obviously. Uh, it's nice to see that the castle is being used for holiday gatherings as well. It's not just some cold thing that's just kind of there. They actually use it for stuff. Um, and the decorations are nice. The mistletoe
Maybe
is,
otherwise, Twilight would probably have to do it all herself.
yes. It's like
She's probably just enlist the town.
it's like, okay, you can use my house to do your housewarming celebration, but you guys do the decorations. It's like I get decorations. I don't have to do anything, but I have to have people. I have to have ponies in my house. Okay.
Yeah. They might break something.
Uh, I'll get back to that one in a second. Um, it looks like what they had. I'm guessing it's warmed cider or something because they had that. Barry Punch was drinking some of it. In the hearth, they had. Well, in the kind of fireplace, they had a cauldron heated up, and it looked like cider, and that would make sense. Warmed cider would probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, but seriously, Rare, you give the clumsiest mare in town the fragile ornament. What did you think would happen? Yeah. The derpy star looked a little painful at first. Because the way it was shot, it looked like something happened with the top of that tree. Um, I won't go any further into that, but it did look a little painful. Um, I'm not even sure if I want to go into this particular note, but it it it's something that kind of comes up in this episode, but it's not really. I don't know. I'll go ahead and do it, and if people don't like it, we'll fudge them. I know it's projecting a bit, but like the first little bit where we
Yeah.
have Starlight and and Twilight there, and they're talking. It's you know, it sounded a bit like an maybe I've just been watching too much atheist theist confrontations, but it 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 sounds very much like that. She's like, I'm okay skipping it. It's like, no, you just haven't heard the right story yet. Okay. I mean, admittedly, in this particular universe, a third of the population walks around with a magic stick on top of their head, but you know,
Ugh.
belief is not really necessary when you actually have proof. Um, but anyway, uh, one thing that was kind of interesting about this story as well was she talks about Snowfall Frost being a rival to Starswell, not quite his equal, but somebody who was close to his level. So, is this story historical or fictional?
Yes.
In order for it
Then
to
again,
be,
they could also be just using that as a point of reference as to how powerful she was.
what was that? Sorry.
They could simply be using it as a reference to how powerful she was.
Yeah, it's just left kind of ambiguous whether this is a fictional story or a historical one, because
And of course Twilight made Starlight the villain.
yeah, I got into that a little bit later. I mean, it just so is this going to be a Sunset Shimmer sort of situation where she's going to get garbage for about another season or two until at least through this season, and then eventually they'll eventually just they'll let it go because Spike's when she says, "Well, isn't that a little extreme to get rid of the holiday for that?" you know
Uh,
and you're like, well, at least she didn't do this. And he's like, Twilight at least goes, yeah, let's not do that. I think she's kind of learned, just like, yeah, we were kind of jerks to Sunset. Let's not do that with Starlight.
yeah, especially since her magic way surpasses mine.
I don't think it surpasses. It just has a bit more of a vicious edge to it when she does decide to do it. Um,
Uh,
yeah. And then we see, Snowfall's, her assistant, as it were, was Snow Dash. How long did it take you to come up with that one, writers? It's like, we couldn't be bothered to come up with an original name, so we're just going to call her Snow Dash.
Dashing through the snow.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. You know. The work hard, learn, and use your skills to better Equestria. That's a worthy goal for any pony. I mean, it makes her that kind of goal makes her more, I don't know, relatable, but you can empathize with her a lot easier than you can with Ebenezer. In that, his was just, I'm just gonna be a miser. I'm gonna have my money, and that's gonna be it. That's what's important to me, and you know, that was the problem. That was the flaw with him. I mean, that led to him going that. You know, well, and you know, his you know, kind of his past that kind of did that to him a little bit too. But you know, he doesn't have that. You know, work hard, learn. You know, do your best to help the world. His was a little less selfless, so it makes her villainy a little less villainous. Starlight just randomly steals stuff in plain sight and no one calls her out on it. I mean, they notice. They're sad. And they just like, okay, she took the present and the decorations.
Maybe she needs them more than us.
She just does that. What? Yeah, she just did that. You know, is nobody going to, you know, call her out on this? Say Goodbye to the Holiday is a very cool villain song. Very Disney.
I did like that song a lot.
Yeah. And this is where my notes come in with Starlight has to pull villain duty again. Is she gonna ride this out like Sunset? Which is where I went into with that earlier. I did like that she got the chrysalis eyes only fade out. It's cheesy, but but I like it. I like that kind of, you know, the villain just goes to eyes. That's all you see.
Evil.
Let's see. Yeah, covered that. I'm glad AG got her own song. I like it when she gets songs.
It was also really catchy too.
Yep, it was very good.
It was.
The lasso was pretty fun. It's just like, you're coming with me. What?
You know,
Where
I
you
kind
gonna
of
make
love
me?
it how Snowfall, whatever, it's like, wait, I didn't do a ghost summoning spell instead of going, ghost!
Yeah. It's like, so you've done ghost spirit summoning spells before.
That would explain so much.
Yeah. We get Snape Pony.
Yes, that was
but
awesome.
I've heard the carol. I haven't actually read the thing or I haven't read it in a while, or the original text. There's so many variations on it, and I've seen it so many times in movies that it's so, you know, ingrained in it, but into the culture. But
Yeah.
I've heard the carol also features this sort of character, and that maybe actually Snape was kind of, some of his attributes were kind of some of this. Pricking the ornament was a bit harsh, though. Even if you're like, don't waste your time with this holiday nonsense, you know, breaking the ornament seems a bit much. You know, it's like, you don't know what that could have been. That could have had some serious meaning to somebody. It's like, nope, crash it.
Maybe some need to visit his ass.
Yes. You know, reflects that villains always have a start, something small, and a wrong fork in the road. Good villains that, though admittedly Discord didn't really have one, but he's just kind of a spirit of chaos.
Yeah, but his excuse is... Yeah, that's pretty much
he's
his
chaos.
excuse.
He's eternal. He didn't really even have a start. That's an inherent property of the Discord.
Yeah.
But, you know, and this one makes a little more sense than this is their second crack at giving Starlight a better backstory. You know, my friend left because he got a cutie mark. It's like, okay. Yeah, this one's actually, you know, this one makes a little more sense. And oh my goodness, the Pinky pun.
Uh,
Pinky, the spirit of Christmas present, arrives in a present.
Not present, presents.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Swarming presents.
that was funny. It's like, of course, it had to be her. No other pony could do
Who else would it be?
that.
Of course, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
Like you don't just get to say who else would it be without having some sort of example.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not complaining in the slightest that Pinky was a spirit of Christmas presents. I mean, who else would you? I guess you might be able to work Rarity in there, but Pinky just does it so much better. I think all three of them were well picked. Applejack does a good past, Pinky does a good presence, and Luna does a good future or yet to come.
And Pinky's song was also so great.
Yep. Oh, we see the return
Oh,
of the
great.
Pinky sense as well. That's the spirit of Hearth swarming Eve sense, a bit of a mouthful, but it's nice to see once in a while that they bring that back. Let's see. Yeah, the song was good. It had a nice jazzy flavor to it. It was, which gave her that nice upbeat kind of thing going on. Kind of this kind of lazy, kind of upbeat thing. It's kind of sloppy upbeat thing. It was nice. Dr. Hooves has his scarf, which, I mean, it seems such an obvious thing to do that, you know, if you didn't do it. We get to see Scratchtavia perform again with Victrola phonograph and violin.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Presents always filled with presents. It was a nice little play on words. Let's see. We talked about the jazzy flavor. 'Cause I don't know what the jazz is all about. Anyway. Apparently Twilight does impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your Twilight voice, your Pinky voice is showing.
Yeah, at least enough to have a Pinkie Pie voice, where Starlight knows she has it, and she calls it by. It's like, yes, that she does that on at least enough of a basis where Starlight knows that that's her Pinkie Pie voice.
I think she's been getting lessons from Rainbow Dash.
Oh no.
But is no one gonna talk about how cute it was?
Yes, it was very cute.
Which part?
adorable.
I mean, there was a lot of cuteness in this. Which part in particular did you want to talk about being super
Pinkie
cute?
Pie voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They had a fun transition to the ads, with Spike needing to go get Coco. It's always nice when it's like, we're aware we're going to have ads. Here they are. Here's the break. There it is.
Now I want hot cocoa.
In this weather? Although it is nice and cool where I am right now. It's actually 60. It's nice.
I'm weird. I like hot stuff in hot weather.
They do that in India, I think. They do hot tea when it's hot.
It's like 52 here.
Yeah. See, we get more names for the characters, and again, Mary for Rarity, which is fine, and then Flutter Holly for Flutters.
Actually, that's so much better than Snow Dash, though.
Yeah, Flutter Holly sounds it's better, but it's still a little. Oh, we can't be bothered. We can't be asked. But it's not a big deal anyway. Let's see. Luna has the spirit of Christmas, or not Christmas, hearthwarming yet to come. Was nice.
Which the artwork for this, the backdrop and everything for this particular scene was a bit dark for the fact it's a children's show.
Yeah, it has a nice chilling quality to it. I noted that.
Yeah,
There
but
was
it's
something
not the
you
first
said-
time the show has gone dark.
Yeah, it does it, but it does it in a way that it hits the dark note. It's a softened dark note, and then it usually jumps back from it. It's like we're gonna push just a little farther than we probably could normally get away with, and then jump back.
Yeah.
You had something you wanted to talk about with this particular thing.
So, pretty much the moment. Is there anything else you want to talk about before the music part?
No.
So, quick question: did you notice anything different about her this week, Madrock? About Luna this week, did you notice anything different?
That she's giant.
So no.
I guess not.
So, the moment I heard the song, I was able to pick out that the voice actor that is doing the singing is not actually Kazumi Evans. It's a woman by the name of Aloma Steele.
Okay. I mean, it's not. I don't think that's really new. I mean, Twilight has a different singer, actress, tenor voice
Yeah, no,
actress.
but this is the first time she's made an appearance on the show.
Ah.
Which is why it was so starkingly obvious after 6 seasons. I'm surprised neither of you picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't normally pick up on. I wasn't really looking for that, so I didn't really notice it.
But it's
So-
so obvious.
So wait, does that mean that Luna had a different singer when they're doing like
She
that
was-
princess? Okay.
Along with ditto for Rarity, and I think Granny Smith as well.
I was
think
talking
that was it.
about the princess song with all the princesses singing to
No,
Twilight.
that was Kazumi, I believe.
Well, at any rate, it was a good song. It was nice, and it had a nice chilling quality to it. It was,
I love chilling songs.
it fit what it needed for the spirit of hearthwarming yet to come. Needed. Let's see. Just kind of a wrapping up. This is the last thing I have. So if you come up with something else, glad to talk about it. In this world, hearthwarming actually does have a purpose beyond holiday parties, according to this story. So, where was I going with that one? I just threw it in.
No, it was also stated it had a purpose in the first time we hear about it.
Yeah, I don't think it had a purpose, like a continuing purpose. Like it was a
I know,
memorial.
it did. Remember at the end where they started arguing, and then you hear the howling through the wind, which made them all of a sudden, oh no, let's just forget about our petty little argument.
Yeah, but that didn't seem like it was explicitly stated that it was a continuing necessity. I mean, that could have just been howling wind, not necessarily a Wendigo. But we're splitting hairs, so I mean, but
Yeah.
it actually does have a purpose explicitly stated in this episode. It does have a purpose in that it's kind of an annual warding off ceremony.
Yeah. Kind of like the Crystal Heart.
The crystalling.
Oh, I just meant just like having the Crystal Heart in general to keep back the harsh winter.
Yeah. So minus magic, all of Equestria would be covered in snow. if there were no magic, just snow everywhere.
No joy. So
Um,
I guess one of my notes is it's kind of funny that the ghost of Christmas Past is the only one that actually looks like a ghost.
I suppose. I don't know. Let's see. I guess they decided, well, Pinky as a ghosty sort of thing. Just would she giggle at herself
Yep.
constantly? And then that would create all sorts of problems if she kept giggling at herself. So nothing would ever get done. But yeah, the I don't know if I don't remember. I mean, I've seen dozens of these things. There's Muppet version, and there's this version, and there's that version of it. I'm not sure that. I mean, the Marleys were always kind of ghostly, but the spirits, I'm not sure they were.
And
They
pretty
were
much all other
ethereal.
things, like pretty much all other Christmas stories I've seen, even the Jim Carrey one, not that great. They were all ghostly. Except one. There was one. I can't remember what it was though.
Well, I mean, they were all spirits, but I don't remember them having a very. Maybe it's just the one I'm remembering.
Well,
I think Muppet Christmas Carol. I know the.
Well, they didn't have like the ghostly colors. They're just more of kind of see-through-ish.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm thinking of, but I don't remember them. The one I remember the most. I don't remember them being very ethereal, very ghost-like. They were there as if they were actual people. They were just, very magical looking. They weren't see-through in any way. But that's just not having watched A Christmas Carol in a very long time. Because I saw it, you see it enough as a kid, you're like, okay, I know what the story is, and it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, and I actually need to watch this episode again when I'm not like half tired, because I have to admit I completely missed the derpy tree thing.
That's in the beginning of it, and she makes a reprise at the end, and is like still on the tree, but is now lit up.
Well, to be fair, we don't know how long this reading of the book took.
Yeah, well, okay, she could have gotten down and gotten back up, but
Like, I'm stuck.
But yeah, that's about all I had for it. Good episode, made better by the music. Kind of a twist on the old Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I think I want to put the villain song on my iPod because it was gay.
Say goodbye.
I already did all of that.
Yeah. Say goodbye to the holidays.
It was awesome.
Okay, well, if we don't have anything else to talk about with this episode, I think we'll call that a wrap here and say goodbye to the review.
Goodbye.